All right, back here at Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex. The halftime report is built by Carmi Lumber. Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. Also, Rush Appliance, family-owned and operated, fast and friendly service in Carmi and Fairfield, as well as Jordan Funeral Group, serving families throughout White County for generations, and a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics and First Mid Bank and Trust for all your banking needs, with local friendly service on First Mid and count on First Mid on Main and Carmi. All right, so we have launched another stream over on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel, and hopefully that treats us better here in the second half. And again, we apologize for those issues, but here at halftime, the Bulldogs lead Flora 8-6, and you know, after the first two drives, we thought, man, this might be a first to 40 wins, but defense is starting to settle in. Penalties for each side really hurting them. But overall, if you're Kurt Simon, I guess you're pleased with a 2-point lead, but, you know, there's some room for improvement there in the first half.
Absolutely. You know, that first drive, you couldn't ask for anything better from the Bulldogs. It accomplished exactly what they wanted to do. It's been their MO for many seasons, and this year especially, it's important that they control the clock, control the football. Had an 8-minute drive to start the game. You know, didn't throw one time, just pound the ball between the tackles, little tosses here and there. Beautiful start to the game. Defensively, you come out, you're looking good, and all of a sudden you got the Wolves on a 3rd and 15. Their backup quarterback in the game, and you give up the big play. And that kind of was a backbreaker, because from there the Wolves they got their first score of the night. Consequently, you know, if you can look at it from Flora's side, the same thing. You know, they had a penalty here that robbed them of a touchdown. So both teams, in Carmi on their subsequent second drive, we got down to about, I believe, the 5-yard line. At one point, penalty took us back, cost us a touchdown. So both teams have done some good things. Both teams have done some costly things. So, you know, an 8-6 ball game. Again, we talked about two contrasting styles. You got Flora doing it through the air, the Bulldogs on the ground. I think it's just going to come down to which team can clean up the mistakes on critical situations, you know, and just finish out what they do. The Bulldogs had a golden opportunity to score. The Wolves, again, had a touchdown call back, and then they had a drop touchdown over here. What the Bulldogs got to work on defensively is just cleaning up that backside. The quarterback rolling out to the left, they got to make sure they have a defender covering the receiver, and they got to honor the quarterback run. You know, your defensive end, tackle can't get sucked inside. You got to do a little better job reading their keys, staying with their responsibilities. So they're going to have to address that weak side rollout. I think offensively the Bulldogs have looked fine. You know, the Wolves have made some adjustments. They have dedicated to stacking the box a little more, and they're going to come after the Carmi, so it may stretch us out a little. But I think, you know, offensively for the most part, if you're Kurt Simon, you have to be pleased, other than the penalty at the critical situation. And same thing defensively. I think the biggest thing the Bulldogs are going to have to do defensively, other than adjusting that weak side rollout, they're going to have to bring more consistent pressure on Helm. I don't think they can sit back there in that defense and just let him have all day to throw. I like what they did there at the end, bringing heat, because the 3-down lineman is just harder to do with a mobile quarterback. So they're going to have to bring pressure on him and just continue that. And Wolves are going to get the ball to start the first half. So it'll be interesting to see if they come out just guns blazing or if they're just trying to throw a mix, you know, because they have to realize they need to get ahead of Carmi, because if they can come out and score and get a lead, we're not designed to play from behind. So, you know, I think this first possession is very critical for both teams, you know, as this game goes. But, you know, I would say the Bulldogs just defensively just need to keep bringing more heat. Blitzing linebackers, bringing guys off the edge. Don't let Helm get comfortable back there.
Again, your halftime score, it is Carmi leading Flora 8-6. The halftime show is brought to you by Carmi Lumber, Rush Appliance, Jordan Funeral Group, and First Mid Bank and Trust. We'll step aside for a 3-minute break. Come back with more of our halftime show here at Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex. Back in 3 minutes on 97.3 WRUL.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings, just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals, from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
Quality isn't good, so it's not going to be high def.
Hamilton Memorial Hospital family clinics are growing to meet the needs of our communities. We're proud to continue to expand by offering acute, urgent care services by welcoming Dr. Brian Sloan to our McLeansboro Family Clinic location. With over 20 years of emergency medicine experience, Dr. Sloan provides acute, urgent care visits for those times when you can't wait to feel better. From colds and sore throats to care after sports-related injuries and more. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been. To schedule an appointment, call 618-643-2988.
You don't live to bank, you bank to live. And that's why so many of our customers rely on First Mid for much more than banking alone. Beyond everyday financial services, we're a valued partner and advisor with the help and resources for the things you need and whatever you aspire to achieve. So whether you're buying groceries or budgeting your dream kitchen, protecting your life's work, or laying the foundation for life after work, we're your bank for everything in the middle of anything. We're First Mid. First Mid Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hey Bulldog fans, Bryce Motor Company in Carmi is proud to support another season of CWCHS football. As your hometown dealership since 1931, we're cheering you on every step of the way. With the best selection of GMC and Chevrolet trucks, we've got what you need to tackle the road this fall. Go Bulldogs, and give Rice a try before you buy. You'll be glad you did.
Around every corner, there's a Napa here to keep you moving. Backed by a nationwide network of nearly 6,000 auto parts stores and over 17,000 auto care centers nationwide. Napa has the products, people, and knowledge you need to find the automotive solutions you've been searching for. At Napa, our mission is measured in miles. So get ahead on your next car care project and stop by your local Napa Auto Parts store or visit NapaOnline.com today.
All right, halftime here at Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex. The halftime show is built by Carmi Lumber, as well as Rush Appliance, Jordan Funeral Group, and First Mid Bank and Trust. Here at the half, the Bulldogs lead the Flora Wolves 8-6. As we'll take a look, I've got some scores from around the area of other games going on in Southern Illinois. Let's see, in the second quarter, Harrisburg is leading Anna Jonesboro 27-0. Salem leads Centralia 14-6. Benton up over Carterville 6-0. Nashville leading Carlisle 15-0. Johnson City was leading CZR 16-0 in the first quarter, but that was about 30 minutes ago. These scores probably not too up to date, but that's what I've heard so far. I did know at the end of the first quarter, Cesar and Hamilton County were tied at 0. So, and really people have asked me, what's the conference going to look like this year? It's hard to tell. I mean, because really I do think almost every team, maybe except Flora, graduated a ton last year.
Yeah.
Carmi especially. So it's going to be tough to see what teams really could be great. But you obviously always know Johnson City is going to be good.
Yeah.
Fairfield's going to be competitive. Cesar is going to be good. They're always a 1A powerhouse. So I think the conference is wide open, and I do think two of the better teams in the conference are battling right now with Carmi and Flora.
Oh, absolutely. The past decade or so, Fairfield, with smaller schools now, and we've talked about this off the air before, things just go in cycles. In the early 2000s in this conference, we had a heck of a run. Carterville was in the mix back in those days before they left. And then it seemed like in the last decade, Fairfield took a run. Now Cesar's gotten back up with some good teams. We've had some good teams.
Yep.
But as far as dominant levels, Johnson City has hit that, what I call threshold of being a dominant program.
When you go to
question.
the semifinals in the BDC,
Yes.
you're doing something
and,
right.
And you compete well in that semifinal game, for a couple quarters. There's no question. They had a kid go to the Big Ten a couple years ago to play for Wisconsin. I think outside of Johnson City, there's a lot more parity this season than there has been. You look at the big three, in all honesty, in the most recent years of Johnson City, Cesar, and Fairfield. But, you can throw us in the mix now. But I agree with you, Cole. I think after Johnson City, it's anybody's game. Now, you look at Fairfield. To me, Fairfield's interesting because their starting quarterback last year was a freshman and played very well.
Yep.
So, they definitely lost a lot of talent, but I think they're going to be a much better football team this year. Cesar's going to be interesting. Cesar took a massive hit to graduation.
Yep.
Last year they had that backfield of Colt Packer and other
Des
kids.
Malone,
thank you. I mean, that was just as brutal of a combination to face for an opposing defense that I've ever seen in this conference, So they've lost them. So Cesar's going to take a little bit of a dip, but I still think they're obviously going to be a good team. Fairfield, to me, like I said, the team's going to be interesting because I think they're going to be better. Hamilton County, they'll be very interesting. They got a lot of young talent. They're going to be solid. So, I think you're right. Week in, week out, and let's be honest, outside of Johnson City, it's a dogfight between every team. They play each other. I think Johnson City is kind of still at a different threshold than the rest of us, but anything can happen week to week.
Yeah. And the Bulldogs, they won't see Johnson City until week 9. They'll have to play at JC this year with the schedule flipping. And Chris, one thing we haven't really touched on tonight, and something that's kind of known throughout the Bulldog football community this year, is Kurt Simon here in his 28th year. It's his final year also as head coach. And I talked to Kurt yesterday, and I said, do you want us to say it on air? Can we be open about this? And he says, I don't care if you guys talk about it, but this season is not about me. It's about the players. And if you know Kurt Simon, he is not one for attention whatsoever. No. And I was not surprised by his answer at all. And obviously this year is about this team, about what this team can do. But at the end of it, the greatest coach in this school's history is wrapping it up when this year's over.
28 years. And I remember the first year he was here. I don't know if you were born yet, but I don't think you were born.
Wasn't even a thought yet.
I remember the first year he came. I remember watching this very first game here on this field against Hamilton County, a heartbreaking loss in the fall of '97. The principal now at the high school, Bart King, he was his coach. Bart's son, 20 years later, Isaac, is an all-state running back. Bart's senior year in '99 was the first team to go back to the playoffs since 1975. So it's amazing. It makes me almost, wow, kind of puts a lump in my throat when I think about it that, it's his last year. But that's who he is. He's not going to be one to talk about it. He never has been about himself. All he's going to do is deflect it to the kids, but it really will be the end of an era. That's the longest tenured coach. I think probably in any sport in school history. I may have to get debunked by some researchers out there. But
I think Don Dixon probably has a run for him. I know our guy Toby can tell us, but
we'll have to ask Toby.
There. Yep.
But as far as football goes, I think this is without question the longest tenured coach to ever be at a program. And like I said, when he came here in the mid to late 90s, football was in the basement. It really was. Really, after 1975, we had a dominant era in the 70s. I think we had between 1976 and 1999, we had one winning season. So that's almost 23 years, one winning season. So what he's been able to do to just, and I've said this before, he's turned the mindset around of the kids. You have to get it going. We saw these junior pro kids out there starting that, but you have to build a culture. Once he got a group of kids, and once he started saying, hey, look, we can get to the postseason, we can win some games. Once that started happening, that changed the mindset of football around here. And, it changed the trajectory of the program. Now we've had multiple playoff appearances, had some seasons with some third-round teams. And, to go from where we were to what he's brought it to, it's just a testament to what he's done. So, it's when we play our last game this year and he gives his final interview, I don't know how I'm going to be. I know he's,
right there with
trying
you.
not to think about it. You played for the man. I had the privilege of coaching with him, and he knows football. A lot of people don't know this. I could go into his office when I was doing junior pro and say, hey, coach, can you look at this for me? And he could just decipher things that I couldn't see. So the man knows football. We've been fortunate to have him, but like you say, he'll make it all about the kids, as it should be.
And Flora will get the ball to start the second half as Carmi leads it 8-6. And so I really think this drive to start the second half is going to be pretty important to see.
Yeah.
Flora has looked pretty good at times as far as their passing game, including the long touchdown pass, a couple of long third down conversions. We knew the defense would have some struggles when it came to the passing game, but only allowing 6 points in the first half can't be too upset. Pavo on the kickoff, and it's picked up and running over to the right side. This is number 5, Warren, who's the backup quarterback. And we got a penalty flag over on the far side as well.
9 times out of 10, you're looking at a block in the back when it's on the kickoff.
Correction, that was number 5, Burkett. Warren is 3. 5 is Burkett. He was the one there on that kickoff return.
Let's see what we get here. And it is a hold, block in the back. So knock him back 10 yards.
So Flora will start this drive at about the, 27-yard line?
Yeah.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Wolves there, and we'll see what halftime adjustments the Bulldogs made defensively to try and stop this high-powered Flora offense.
And the old cliche, this may be another one of those games, the last possession wins.
Yep.
So what happens on this drive for both teams is probably an indicator of what's going to happen in this game.
Parker Helm is in the shotgun on first and 10 for the Wolves. Takes the snap. He will hand it off up the middle. That is Massey, and the Bulldogs right there for the tackle. Perez in there, as well as Noah Pollard and Stone McGee.
Great job by all 3 of them. They've done an effective job keeping Massey in check. Massey's a big kid, just a sophomore, 5'11", 200 pounds. He's a load coming through there. So they have done a good job for the most part defending the interior run of the Wolves. Now, when Helm gets on the perimeter, that's a different story, but he's going to create problems for every team they play this year. So,
2nd and 8 here for the Wolves. Helm in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Looks to his right. Wide receiver screen to Patridge. He puts on a juke, and Cade Stockton able to wrap him up, but Patridge hard to bring down. Takes it up to about the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short here for the Wolves.
That was a fantastic move by Patridge. Stockton was right there. Patridge doesn't make that juke move. I mean, that's a no gain. So, and they were going to be looking here at 3rd and about 8 or 9, and now it's 3rd and 2, much more manageable.
So 3rd down and 1. They call it for the Wolves at the 29-yard line. Helm in the shotgun, or correction, he's under center here. And the Bulldogs jump, but they didn't jump forward. Or did
now
they?
They're going to call it.
Flag comes in.
Now, if they make contact with another helmet.
Now the Carmi coaches are pointing towards the Flora side.
Yeah. And it looks like he's going that way.
Yep, full
official,
start.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if they, because you can move as a defensive lineman, you just can't cross the football or make contact.
Right, you can get back.
Yep.
No one made contact, so again, the Wolves with the penalty.
Yep. So it really makes the 3rd and 2 into a 3rd and 7. This is a pretty big play with the football at the 24.
Now you got to contain Helm here. Can't let him roll out and get in space.
Helm in the shotgun on 3rd and 7. He
Pressure's
takes
coming.
the snap, play action pass, blitz up the middle, throws to the right side, caught. Was he inbounds?
He was.
He was. That is Patridge with a first down catch. That kid's pretty good.
He is a fantastic edge receiver there. Just a classic 10-yard out. Got to the sticks, knew where he had to be. Quick out. Credit the Wolves for giving Helm some time. Bulldogs did blitz. They picked it up. Just a beautiful throw. Helm is an impressive football player, I'm going to tell you.
Helm in the shotgun here on first down. They hand it off to Massey to the left side, and Massey is going to break away from the first Bulldog that had him, and Stone McGee able to drag him down. There was 2 or 3 maroon jerseys there, but Massey able to get a rare positive run for him today. The Bulldogs have done a really good job in the run game tonight.
Yeah.
But Massey gets it out to the 39.
Well, that was just one of those, Massey's not quitting until he's on the ground. It was a fantastic run there. High formation.
2nd and 5, Helm under center. This is also pretty rare. They toss it on the near side. And this is
nice
puckered
block.
with it, and he's going to break a couple of tackles and spin it to the 49 of Carmi-White County. That's a Flora first down. First down run for Jarrett Burkett.
Well, that was just a traditional I formation toss left, and I'm going to tell you, his fullback got a fantastic block there on the edge. I think it was Stockton he got a hold of. It looked like that was going to go for a loss. The lead back with a fantastic block, creating that crease. And what looked like, again, a tackle for a loss is a first down. And if you're Flora, you're kind of taking a page out of Carmi's book and just taking your time.
Helm in the shotgun here on first down. Ball at the 48. Looks to his right, throws to his right. Caught by Patridge as Kate Allen was giving him lots of cushion, and Patridge will bring defenders with him down up to the 39. That might have been a hot route, but I saw Kate Allen give about 10 yards of cushion there. Helm caught it, quickly threw it out to the right side for a big gain.
The thing about this 3-3-5 defense is you do give up some things in the flats. You know, if you're playing your DBs that far off the ball, you know, Helm's got the arm strength where he can just throw that quick out. Like right now, you can see how far back our defenders are. The slot receiver could take a quick out there.
2nd and 1, Helm back to pass. He's got time. Looks, throws a deep ball here to the near side. Got a man there, and a diving catch is made by number 19, Keelan Crawford. First down and goal, Wolves.
Well, Crawford was just lined up to the outside here, and he just ran a simple route down the sideline.
Well, what they did, watching the replay, was kind of a fake wide receiver screen. So Crawford came up, pretended the screen. Wiggins came up, bit it, and ran right past him.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're going to get a timeout on the field as there is an injured Flora player. He's being checked out. Looks like a cramp back at midfield. So we'll step aside for a 30-second break as he gets attended to as the Bulldogs lead Flora 8-6 here in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds.
What a hit! Now that's a playmaker.
With Hucks Bucks Big Rewards, you can be a playmaker too. Hi folks, I'm Chris Myers.
And I'm Cole Carter. Download the Hucks Bucks Big Rewards app now and save with great coupons on gas, snacks, and more.
And make sure to fuel up at the Bulldog Spirit Pump at Hucks. A portion of your fill-up goes to support Carmi White County Unit 5 schools.
And that makes you a playmaker in the community. Hucks Market, headquartered in Carmi.
All right, 8:24 to go here in the third quarter. Flora has the football, first and goal at the 7-yard line. And Carmi with an 8-6 lead. You know, this Flora passing offense, Chris, reminds me an awful lot of that Sesser team we saw here last year. I mean, this Helm kid has improved so much from last season.
Yeah, last year, you know, like I say, the scary thing, he's just a junior.
Now, Helm is not in the game here on first and goal at the 7. It's Warren, the backup quarterback, under center in the I formation. He's going to hand it off, and running with it left side is Massey, and Massey is brought down at the 2. Now, was that Helm who was shaken up on the play back at midfield?
Possibly could have been. Because,
he would have to be if he's not in the ballgame.
Warren's still in there.
So Parker Helm out of the ballgame. Warren is the backup quarterback in there. Massey was able to carry that to the 3, so it's 2nd and goal from the 3.
My formation, expect another dose of Massey here.
Under center is Warren. Takes it.
Fullback.
They give it off a back dive. Left side, that was Black, the ball carrier, and he's in for a Flora touchdown.
Yep.
Number 24, Quentin Black. That's his second touchdown of the night. He had the touchdown catch and run earlier, and he pounds this one in from 2 yards out, and Flora has their first lead.
Well, Flora, again, coming out, we said what happens on this drive is critical. And Flora, they weren't in it, you know, that was a pretty time-consuming drive themselves. Almost 5 minutes of time off the clock. They did it on the ground. They did it in the air. Credit how they executed. They're taking advantage of this defense, this new formation for the Bulldogs. Now we got Massey back in there.
Warren in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's back to pass, going to roll out to his right. Patridge with the catch, and he's in bounds for the 2-point conversion. So with 7:37 to play in the second quarter, Flora takes their first lead at 14-8. We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL.
In 1925, when Farrell Hospital opened, they knew that families in El Dorado and the surrounding communities needed a hospital they could depend on, close to home. Over the years, Farrell grew to meet the needs of patients. Today, Farrell Hospital has grown to offer advanced emergency care, orthopedics, cancer, surgery, imaging, lab, and more, always keeping more care right here close to home. Farrell Hospital. You can depend on us.
7:37 to go in the third quarter. Flora marches down, and then a 2-yard touchdown run by Quentin Black gives them the lead. The 2-point conversion good as well. And the Wolves take a 14-8 advantage, and well, Carmi finds himself behind for the first time this season and put together that long touchdown drive on their first drive. Second possession, they get all the way down to the 5. And I think this would only be, correct me if I'm wrong, their third possession of the game will be this next drive.
Yeah. And if you're Carmi, you can't panic. You know, it's
lots of
still
football
a lot of football left. You don't have to deviate from your game plan. You just got to move the football. And then if you can score, you got to get your conversion too. You just got to do what you can to keep the ball to Flora's hands because offensively they got a lot of momentum right now.
So Flora will kick this one away. Massey, the kicker. Line drive kick fielded by Cade Allen at the 20-yard line. Allen running up the middle. Allen will be brought down at the 31. Good job on kickoff coverage by the Wolves. So first down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 31-yard line. And again, Chris, going to be important here on this drive. First and second down, you can't go backward because there was they faced three fourth downs on that drive, that previous possession in the second quarter. They converted 2 of them, but they were pretty lengthy fourth downs.
Yeah, on the most critical one, 4th and goal, they weren't able to get it. So, yeah, you got to keep yourself out of those situations. Carmi has to stay ahead of the chains. But again, they don't have to be in a huge hurry, but they can't dig holes for themselves.
Bulldogs back in the double wing. Anderson under center, tosses it to Pollard, looking for some running room, and Noah able to turn out about 6-7 yards up to the 38-yard line.
That was some pretty good push by that right side of the offensive line there. Saw the defensive line, Flora going back there, so good shoulder to shoulder, pad level. Pollard just grinding out 5 yards, and that's perfect. We're 2nd and 4. That's what you want.
Yeah, that's what you want on first down.
Exactly what you want.
So second down, and they call it 5 with the football at the 38-yard line. Anderson under center in the double wing. Takes the handoff. Fullback give to Cade Stockton up the middle, and Stockton looked like he had some forward progress, but then was pushed back, and we'll see where they mark him. They'll give him to about the 41. They'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
Yeah. They gave him at least a couple there. You know, again, a manageable situation for Carmi. And you'll take this. You'll absolutely take this. Because if you can, I mean, really, if you keep the ball the rest of this quarter, if you can keep the ball going into the 4th quarter, you want that if you're Carmi. Because this the Flora offense is really starting to get going.
3rd down and 1, ball at the 41. Anderson under center. Fullback give. This is Jazz Duckworth with it. He had a dodge one defender, and the second one got him at the 42.
I think you got to go for this, Cole. As strange as this sounds, with that drive Flora just had.
Cade Stockton's cramping up.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have that week 1. Week 1, it's pretty humid outside. I think it's only our 2nd cramp so far tonight, so we're on pretty good pace for this time of the year.
And I was going to say one thing, neither team has done yet. We haven't had any turnovers. There have been no fumbles, picks. Yeah, definitely knock on wood. I said it.
The turnover on downs from Carmi earlier in the half, earlier in the game, but that's it.
No fumbles, no interceptions. We haven't given the other team the ball through that way. So, I mean, that's something that normally happens week 1 as well. You see a lot of miscues in the backfield, but.
So Bennett Richter is outstretching Cade Stockton out. So while he does that, we'll step aside for a 30-second break. Bulldogs trail 14-8 here in the 3rd quarter. Back in 30 on 97.3 WRUL.
Doing business in today's world can be complicated, time-consuming, and expensive. People's National Bank is here to help your business not only survive, but thrive. With modern-day products such as remote deposit capture, ACH payments, merchant card services, and commercial line of credit sweeps, we can get you paid faster, protect your risk, and make your money work hard for you. Hi, this is Melinda with People's National Bank. Give me a call today and get started. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
So Cade Stockton back on his feet, walking over towards the Carmi sideline after a cramp there in his left leg. And so Carmi will get set for a 4th down and 1. I believe this is their 5th 4th down they've faced in this game. And they are going to go for it here at their own 42.
Yeah, and I agree with this because the Wolves offense is just clicking on all cylinders right now. So you got to trust your offensive line to get you a yard.
They go to the foot-to-foot here on 4th and short. Anderson under center. They toss it to Pollard, running right side. Forward progress might have him enough for the first down. He was stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, but I think Noah fell forward for just enough. He's got it. First down. First bank first down. They might measure, actually.
I think they are.
The far side official had they're going to measure. The far side official had enough for a first down.
This official on this side kind of moved the ball back a little bit farther than I was hoping. So I think he does. I think you're right, but, well, it's going to be close.
So they're going to measure it. Kenny Carter will get his camera time. Him and Jeremy Hoskins working the chains.
You know that Carter guy?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way more than it looks. It's such an optical illusion from where we're at to the other side of the field. So you were right.
All right, so Noah Pollard able to get that first down. You know, I wonder how many, I had it written down, how many fourth downs Carmi converted last season. If you give me a second, I can find it. Fourth downs last year, Carmi was 14 for 25. Well, they've converted 4 tonight. So you're 1/4 of the way there.
That's not bad. That's not a bad percentage. Well, it just tells you the difference in modern football.
Yeah.
How many times teams go for it on 4th down compared to when it was punts years ago.
So first bank, first down for the Bulldogs. They go to the tee, and Anderson fakes the toss. They give it off to Pollard at the middle. Noah Pollard gets past the official. One man to beat, and he is brought down at the 11-yard line. First long run of the night for Carmi-White County. They went back to the counter play. Pollard had to dodge one of the officials who was in the running lane and took it all the way to the 11-yard line.
Well, I tell you, that play kind of has been a little sluggish tonight up until this point, but finally.
It's a long play. It takes a while.
Finally developed. They hit it just right. Flora wasn't in a blitz. Great run. I tell you, though, credit number 80, Gage Dugan again, because that's the second time he saved a touchdown. Earlier in the night, he stopped Pollard from an easy 6 points and did it again.
Anderson under center. Gives it off to Stockton left side, and he is going to be stood up and pushed back at about the 10-yard line.
And now for Carmi, you've got to convert this. You've got to get this in the end zone. You've got to answer Flora. It's, you know, it is looking like both teams' offenses are doing what they want to do.
So no gain there on the play. Actually, got about 2 yards up to the 10.
Okay.
So Carmi, it's not goal to go.
So they can get a first down here.
Yeah.
2nd and 5, they're going to call it.
I'd say more about second.
That's what I was saying.
Second and 8 here.
They're a little generous on the scoreboard there.
2nd and 8. Anderson under center. Takes a snap. They toss it near side to Wiggins. He juggles it, then turns upfield, gets a block from Stockton, and takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Ooh, crisis averted there from Cale Wiggins.
Oh.
And it's funny, Chris. Cale Wiggins is not known for his hands.
No.
But on that play, able to, the concentration to get that football and then turn upfield and make something out of it.
Well, his speed made up for that. That's the old hot potato. If you're going to play hot potato, you better hang on to the potato, and he did.
And I think he was able to get a first down. Nope, just short. So it's 3rd and inches at the 3-yard line.
Let's convert this. And you can see what Wiggins can do if he gets some room.
3rd and short, ball at the 3-yard line. Anderson under center. They give it off to Pollard, right side, and Noah tripped up at the line.
They'll give him the first.
I was going to say, I think he got the first, but he's not in the end zone. He's just shy of it. I'm talking inches away from the maroon goal line, but he's got the first down. That's a first bank first down.
Went back to the tee, went back to the crossbuck, their old trusty play. I'll tell you, number 65, Peyton Scroggins has been solid over there from his defensive tackle position all night.
So 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Anderson under center on the double wing. Gives it off. This is Cade Stockton. Touchdown, Carmi-White County. Cade Stockton with the fullback give, and that's $6 from Expressway Ford Mercury. to Carmi White County Schools.
And that's how you answer. Flora comes out with a lengthy drive, took about 5 minutes off. The Bulldogs did exactly what they had to do there. They didn't panic, came back with a nice drive of their own, did it their own way, pounding between the tackles, Pollard breaking the long run, and that's a great response from Carmi. Needed that. And you're getting the feeling, Cole, again, I'm going to say that phrase, last possession could determine this game because both teams' offenses are really kind of doing what they want to do.
So that ties it at 14. Here's the two-point conversion attempt for the lead, and Pollard takes it in, and the Bulldogs regain the lead. 16-14 with 3:22 left to play in the third quarter. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. The Bulldogs have the lead. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL.
Fuel up the game with DiMaggio's Pizza in Carmi. Since 1975, DiMaggio's has been serving up delicious pizza and authentic Italian dishes that has satisfied the tri-state area taste buds. Whether it's delivery, carry-out, or dine-in experience you're looking for, DiMaggio's has you covered. DiMaggio's Pizza, the Carmi hometown favorite. Call 382-8912. That's 382-8912. Go Dogs!
3:22 left to play in the third quarter as the Bulldogs have taken the lead, 16-14. A nice touchdown drive, started back at about their own 31, so about a 69-yard drive there for Carmi. That long run by Noah Pollard helped fuel that drive, and they ended it with 8.
And more importantly, that was just a great response for the Bulldogs, to give up that touchdown and to be down, to come right back. And like I've said, each team, these are such contrasting styles, okay? Each team does it their own way. But we're kind of getting to the point in the game, it's a hot night. You can see both teams are starting to cramp a little. People are getting a little tired. The offenses are really starting to click on all cylinders for both teams. So it's really going to depend on one or the other's defense to make a stop, because, it's getting the feeling to me where offenses are going to kind of start running with things a little bit. So who's ever defense can come up with a critical stop, I think is going to win this game.
So Noah Pollard set to kick this one away after Cade Stockton was the one that scored the touchdown from a yard out. Pollard ran in the 2-point play. And we got a whistle before the kick. And Carmi must have been offsides.
Yep. Well, they were indeed. So they'll have the option to re-kick, or they can take the ball. Is it 35, I believe?
Now I think on a pre-kick penalty, I don't know if they can choose to take it, because it's like a false start. Play was blown dead before.
Right.
It's supposed to be blown dead before it starts.
Post-kick is when they have the option.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll back it up 5 yards, and Carmi will kick it off from the 35 now.
Don't think that's not big, because you just gave them some field position, which you don't need to do.
Now they're laying the football on its side and just trying to squib this one up the middle. And not a bad kick there by Pollard. Fielded by Burkett at the 25-yard line. He runs up the middle, and he is leveled by Kaizen Edwards at the 45-yard line.
Nice tackle. Nice tackle by Edwards.
Stone McGee either cramping up. He's in a lot of pain over there back at the 30-yard line. And
not sure what he did.
I think he's just, that's a cramp.
Yeah, it is a cramp.
So they will attend to Stone McGee with 3:16 to play in the third quarter, and we'll step aside as they do so. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL.
Hi, I'm Lucas Matzel, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
And I'm Paige Winter-Bruder, Occupational Therapist at Joiner Therapy Services on April Avenue in Carmi.
We are both graduates of CWC who take pride in treating individuals from our hometown. Whether you've experienced a sports injury, have had a recent surgery, or just have pain, we are experienced in treating from head to toe.
Contact our clinic at 382-2771. That's 382-2771, and start the road to a healthier you at Joiner Therapy Services.
All right, so 3:16 to go here in the third quarter as Carmi White County leading Flora 16-14 as Stone McGee with a cramp on that kickoff return, or that kickoff coverage there for the Bulldogs. So he's getting worked on by athletic trainer Bennett Richter back at the 30-yard line. So,
and conversely for the Wolves, looks like Parker Helm is back. His cramp issues have been resolved too. So,
and as you know, it's a week 1 thing. It happens every year.
You get this kind of heat and humidity, it's just going to happen.
And as the game goes on, and you've got guys that don't leave the field very often, it's going to keep piling up. I remember last year in Florida, it was almost the exact same thing as this week. So it was a heat wave that came in this week. Carmi was forced to practice at 6 a.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday's practice got lightninged out because a storm came through. So I remember last year, the same week 1, they had to practice early in the morning in that Flora week, and there was multiple cramps in that game as well. It's just part of it.
It is just typical week one stuff.
So they'll wait for McGee to walk off the field under his own power, and so Flora will take over at their own 45. And the shotgun Helm takes the snap, hands it off to Massey, and Massey will be brought down by Cade Stockton as well as Easton Sullivan at the 47-yard line.
Nice play by both of them there.
And Carmi's done a really good job in the run game tonight. I don't think Massey he might have 20 yards rushing, if that.
Yeah, between the tackles, they've been outstanding. Excellent. It's just when Helm's been able to get loose on the perimeter. But, I mean, Helm's a weapon. You know, every team in this conference is going to have a problem defending him. But, yeah, between the tackles, Carmi's done an excellent job.
2nd and 7 for the Wolves at the 47-yard line. Helm, high snap, able to corral. They throw a screen pass to the right side. This is going to be, that was Massey that caught it, and Cale Wiggins puts his nose in the dirt and makes the tackle. That's a tough kid right there.
He's
I'll tell
not
you what.
afraid of anything. I don't know what's his weight listed at this year, 155 pounds. That might be 10 pounds generous.
5'7", 155, and he's one of the toughest kids on the field.
And he wasn't afraid of Massey one bit. Massey coming in at 200 pounds, he went right up and met him. So here's the 3rd and short. I think regardless what happens here, Flora is in 2-down territory. If the Bulldogs can get a big stop here, they will definitely go for it. So
3rd down and 2 for Flora. Ball at the 48-yard line. Helm is under center. Quarterback sneak and a false start. Flora jumped. So they're going to back it up 5 yards.
Once again, that is just Flora tonight has just wasted some big opportunities. Now again, they're still in 2-down territory. And this offense we've seen can move the ball in big chunks, but still, you don't want to waste opportunities. You don't want 3rd and 2 to turn into 3rd and 8. So now if you're the Bulldogs, you've got to capitalize on this. They just gave you a freebie, so you can't let them get back and get a 1st down. You've got to seal the deal here. You've got 2 downs to do it.
3rd and 6, ball back at the 49. Helm back to pass. Quick throw right side, and Patridge dropped it right through his hands. That play has hurt the Bulldogs a couple of times already tonight, and it's 4th down, and let's see what Flora decides to do.
I think they
got some bodies moving over on the sideline, but nobody's came into the game.
This is interesting. I say they got to go for it. I think they're in the same position as Carmi. They know they can't give the Bulldogs the ball back with the momentum.
And a lot of times with these spread teams, you know, their quote-unquote punt formation is just their spread, and they'll try to pooch kick it.
Yeah, so they could do that.
And the play clock's not working here at the stadium, but I can imagine it's getting low, and they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Flora a little bit confused, or is it an official's timeout?
Well, it was an incomplete pass, so the game clock
was the game clock still running?
The game clock was still running. So the game clock should have been stopped.
I think that's what they're pointing at. The play clock is not working on the field.
Right.
That thing usually only works about 3 games a year.
Yeah,
so
I think they are going to talk with the scorekeeper about the time.
And,
105.
They're saying 107.
107, yeah.
So
Flora's going to go for it. They're lining up to go for it.
So they got the clock reset, 107. And now what? We got another whistle.
Well, the officials hadn't signaled the clear to snap the ball. Flora was trying to.
You know, and that always confused me. When you're down as a lineman and you hear a whistle, you stand up. So that's just them whistling the play ready. So, all right, here we go. 4th and 6. Ball at the 49-yard line. Helm in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Back to pass. Looks right. Steps up. He is sacked. back at the
Beautiful
43, and the Bulldogs with a big takeaway on downs.
And the defensive play we've talked about they needed, they got. We had said at halftime that the Bulldogs need to start bringing pressure on Helm, and they did it.
I think it was Josiah Perez that got in there for the sack. He came running to the sideline, fired up. His shoulder pad was half taken down over his jersey.
Well, he's had a fantastic game subbing in there as a defensive lineman. I think the initial pressure was that blitz from Stockton, but you're right, Cole. Perez is the one who got it.
And that's what that defensive line is going to be this year. It's not going to be 3 or 4 set guys. It's going to be guys rotating in as we have another cramp from a Flora player. But it's going to be 3 or 4 guys rotating in, and Perez is one of those guys that's going to get some good varsity snaps on the defensive side of the ball.
And it's important when you can rotate guys in like that. Again, with a 3-man front, it's difficult to get pressure if you're not bringing guys off the edge. And when they can do that, mix it up. Perez, like I said, had a fantastic game tonight. And that is the monster stop that your defense needs. Now, if you're Carmi, 1 minute left in the third quarter, this is an eternity for this offense. They don't have to be in any kind of hurry.
So 1st down and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. Anderson under center, takes the snap, fake the toss. They give it off to Pollard on the counter on the near side, and that was the play that Noah had that big run on last drive, able to get up to the 42 for about a 2-yard pickup.
That play's been a feast or famine, all night. It's either busted for, 30, 40-yard runs, or it's been stopped in the backfield. But I was going to say tonight twice, this is popping my head, number 80, Gage Dugan, has saved 2 touchdowns twice. Pollard broke a run earlier in the first quarter. That was going to be a touchdown, but Dugan's got some speed there. It's safety.
2nd down and 9 here for the Bulldogs. Anderson, they toss it to Pollard. Noah looking for some running room, and Noah able to spin his way all the way to the 32-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Inside toss, and what I loved about that, which I've said in the past, he took his time and let that set up. He didn't get ahead of his blockers. Just held onto the ball, slowly just kind of pushed his way, and then once he found the crease, then he exploded.
That will be the final play of the third quarter. We go to the 4th and final stanza, and Carmi White County leads Flora here in week 1, 16-14. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break and come back with the 4th quarter here on 97.3 WRUL.
Hi, this is Jax Jordan. At Jordan Funeral Group, we believe in supporting our community. That's why we're proud to support the Carmi White County Bulldog football team. Remember, both on and off the field, we're here for you every step of the way because community matters to us. Call the Jordan Funeral Group at 382-5222 to learn more about Campbell Funeral Home and Cinderback Funeral Home. The Jordan Funeral Group, proud supporters of the Carmi White County Bulldogs.
August is used car month at Expressway Ford. We have a huge inventory of pre-owned vehicles all on sale. Like this 2020 F-150 XLT Super Crew 4x4, only $29,990. Or this 2022 Escape SE all-wheel drive, only $18,990. Or this 2021 Explorer XLT Sport 4x4, only $28,990. Over 500 vehicles, all priced to sell. Only at Expressway Ford in Mount Vernon, Indiana. More Fords for less.
Start of the 4th quarter, and Carmi White County leads Flora 16-14. Bulldogs have the football at the Flora 32-yard line. Carmi a big 4th down sack to get the football back. And it's a big drive, and they could extend this lead to 2 possessions here.
Remember what we had said, which defense is going to step up first, because both offenses are really going. And you think back for Flora, 3rd and 2 turned into 3rd and 8 with the false start, and that did come back to haunt them. But credit the Bulldogs for taking advantage of the opportunity.
1st and 10 for Carmi at the 32-yard line. Anderson under center, takes a snap, tosses it. Cale Wiggins here on the near side. Stockton puts a block out in front, and Wiggins takes it all the way to the 24-yard line. About a 7-yard pickup for the senior there on 1st down.
Well, that blocking was fantastic all across the board. Hat on a hat, everyone accounted for. Stockton.
You know these running backs love getting out in the open field on blocking on these plays. Guys like Stockton and Pollard looking for a kill shot or a pancake.
And that's when you got running backs that are just willing to be blockers. That is so important. You know, you have no prima donnas that want the ball all the time. They're willing to sacrifice, do what they have to do.
2nd and 2, ball at the 24. Anderson under center. They toss it to Pollard. Pollard runs right up the gut and takes it inside the 20-yard line. And he's going to have enough for another First Bank first down.
Well, Anderson did just enough on that inside toss leading the way, but I noticed he was having to lock up with Massey. Anderson didn't want too big a part of him, but just kind of gave him a nudge there and got him out of the way. So can't blame him. Like I said, Massey's a load there at 200 pounds, but now for Carmi, all you got to do is just run that play clock down and take your time snapping the ball. A score and a conversion here makes this a 2-possession game, and that really puts Flora behind the gun.
Anderson under center on 1st down and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. He takes a snap, gives it off to Kate Stockton, left side. Stockton finds a seam, and Stockton is going to take it all the way inside the 10. 1st and goal, Carmi White County.
I love how they bring back the T. I know I sound like a broken record, but when you can just go to basic crossbuck left off tackle, crossbuck 24 off right tackle, and get that kind of yardage every time, why not do it?
So 1st and goal now for the Bulldogs at the 8-yard line. Another First Bank first down. Carmi looking to extend this lead to 2 possessions if they score and get the 2. Anderson under center. Takes the snap. They toss it to Pollard, looking for the end zone. Noah Pollard hit at the goal line. Did he fall in?
He's about a yard short.
At the 1. Was waiting for a signal from the far side official. Near side sticks the right arm up, down at the 1. 2nd and goal.
Good job by the right side, but I'm going to tell you who made a real saving block there. The left tackle, Eli Bryant. Defensive lineman, number 61, Sam Blanchette, tried to shoot that inside gap, and Bryant just hammered him to the ground, kept that from being a tackle in the backfield.
2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Anderson under center as the Bulldogs line up in the wing. Double wing offense. Anderson, they fake they do toss it to Pollard, and he scores. His 2nd touchdown of the night. Touchdown, Carmi White County.
Beautiful drive. Carmi, you see what big defensive stops do for your offense. They give you energy, they give you momentum. And now, if we can get this conversion, it's a 2-possession game, and the game really changes for Flora. They're really behind the 8 ball.
Pollard with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And the Bulldogs extend their lead 22-14. And a big 2-point play coming up right here.
This is critical.
You can make it a 2-possession game. This is when you would love to have a kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, because 1 point would do the trick too.
They go to the tee, and they get the Wolves to jump off sides. Move the ball up to the 1-yard line.
We always pull it out at some point in the season, the old hard count. Offensive lineman set position from a 2. Seen that work for 28 years now.
So they'll put the football up at about the 1.5-yard line.
That is big.
Big 2-point play here. Anderson under center. Takes a snap, tosses it. Pollard looking for the end zone, and he walks in untouched. And a big 2-point play as the Bulldogs extend their lead to 10, 26-16 with 10 minutes to play in the ballgame. We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL.
Need gravel for a driveway or other project? Sand, concrete construction, asphalt paving, dump truck service, seal coating. Count on your friend in the business for more than 5 decades. O'Daniel Trucking. Free estimates anywhere in the tri-state. Call 382-5371 today. That's 618-382-5371 for O'Daniel Trucking. And remember, if you can't grow grass on it, asphalt it.
All right, so I set the score wrong. It's 24-14. I thought it was 26-16, but 24-14. Bulldogs lead Flora with 10:06 to play here in the 4th quarter. Another impressive touchdown drive for the Bulldogs after they get the 4th down stop. Noah Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the night, and he also got to the 2-point conversion.
Well, this was all set up by that defensive stop. Coming up big on 4th down, and that just energized this Bulldog football team. Now they have to do the same thing on this drive.
Kate Allen doing the kicking, and that is a short kick that is fielded at the 39-yard line. So I would assume, Pollard over here getting stretched out.
Now, Flora with 10 minutes left doesn't necessarily have to go to like a 2-minute hurry offense.
But with the way that Carmine's been able to manage the clock,
they got to get it
the
quick.
sooner the better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's how big that 2-point conversion was for the Bulldogs.
Because the Bulldogs have shown, like I said, they're not being stopped offensively. So yeah, it may actually be more 2-minute reverse that. So
first 10 and 10 for Flora at their own 39-yard line. Helm under center. He will take the snap, fumble the snap, and I think he was able to fall on it right at the line of scrimmage.
First time I've seen that tonight.
Well, they haven't gone under center very much.
And that kind of surprised me there, that they'd go under center. Because Helm was way more effective, in the shotgun, in my opinion.
So 2nd down and 11 with the football at the 38.
Now do you bring pressure, but you do got to be careful not to give up a home run here.
Helm in the shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass, looks right now, runs left. He's got pressure in his face, able to get away and get out of bounds, but didn't really gain much as Cade Stockton met him there. And tell you what, Chris, I'll tell you, Helm is getting away with a false start nearly every play. You could tell he starts to fade back before the ball is snapped, and yes, there could be a false start on the quarterback, but probably here in the high school level,
they kind of let those go. Yeah, they kind of, plays like that, pass interference is not as strict as it is at the college and pro level, but once you get in the playoffs, then they get a little stricter with it. But week 1, they kind of let those things fly.
Helm in the shotgun here on 3rd and 9. He's back to pass. He's got time. He looks, still rolling out to his right, Pollard in his face, throws to the sideline, and it's incomplete. A diving attempt from Patridge, and it's 4th down. Now what do you do if you're Flora? Ooh.
Well, it's do or die. I mean, if you punt the ball back to Carmi and Carmi gets a long drive going,
even if they don't score, game's over.
Yeah, I think it's 6 one way, half dozen the other here. If they go for it, I don't blame them. If they punt it, if they can get a quick 3 and out somehow, they're going to have to use a timeout maybe. But they haven't shown the ability to stop Carmi on the ground. So, yeah, this is interesting. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
6 one way, half dozen the other. Is that a new Chrisism?
You never heard that?
No. I'll have to write that one down.
Ask your dad if he's heard that.
4th and 9. Helm in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Bulldogs bring blitz from the far side. Duckworth chasing him, or it's Stockton chasing him. And Stockton gets him for a sack. Turnover on down.
Yes, sir. That is just relentless, dogged pursuit by a hungry football player. Cade Stockton willed his way to that sack. Came off the edge on a blitz. I'd said at halftime, the Dogs got to start pressuring him. They can't let him sit there, and that was perfect. Cade Stockton with the biggest defensive play of the night. And now you can feel it, Cole. Bulldogs take this one down. This game is over.
Back-to-back drives where the Bulldogs get a sack on 4th down. I thought it was Jazz Duckworth initially on the blitz, but then I saw it was a 5 and not a 2, and so Cade Stockton with a big sack.
I was going to say what was just as important to play before is the way Noah Pollard defended Helm on the perimeter. He didn't rush him. He kind of waited for him to make a move.
So 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Stockton gets rewarded with a handoff here up to the 35. And a good 5-yard pickup there for Cade. We're at the 9-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs lead by 10, 24-14.
And the Bulldogs, you can see it. They're just starting to lean on this Flora defense. That defense is tired. This is the point in the game when you're on offense and you can sense it, when you know that defense is about to break and they're worn down and you're just driving them off the ball, the clock's on your side, you got the lead, you know this is the time of the game. You savor this when you're an offensive lineman.
Bulldogs letting this clock tick down as much as they can. Under 8.5 to play. Anderson waiting for the signal from the crew chief to snap the ball. Gets it off to Power on the right side. Noah turns it back left.
Gone.
Noah's got running room at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Down at the 4. First and goal, Carmi White County.
What a great cut. What a great cutback. And once again, it's number 80 for the Wolves saving a touchdown. Third time tonight, Gage Dugan has saved a touchdown from Noah Pollard. Just what vision.
So first down and goal for the Wolves at the for the Bulldogs at the 3-yard line. Another long run for Noah Pollard.
He got tackled kind of awkwardly, hoping he's okay. I think just maybe more just fatigue. At this point, everyone's fatigued, both teams.
You're right. What a cut that was by Noah to turn that thing to the outside, and it was a foot race.
You don't think he learned some things from his predecessors these last couple of years? King, he sure did. Bulldogs can ice this thing with the TD here.
First and goal at the 3-yard line. Anderson under center. Pollard looking for his third score of the night. And he's got it. Touchdown, Carmi White County.
Literally walked in. It's like the Wolves just said, you know what, we're tired. Just come on in. So.
That's $6 from Expressway Ford Mercury to the Carmi White County Unit 5 School District. Noah Pollard, a hat trick here in week 1.
And you just can't say enough about the way Carmi's responded this second half, you know. After the Wolves took the ball down and marched it, you know, and to respond the way they have, these, you know, the remainder of this second half, I mean, you just can't say enough. They've looked very impressive.
Bulldogs going for 2. Anderson
Fumble.
as Stockton loses it, and Flora will recover. And it's going to be a 2-possession game either way, whether they got that or not.
Keeps it 2 scores.
Yep. Actually, no, that would have made it a 3-score game.
Yeah, had we got it, it was a 3-score. So now we're back to 2 scores. So
that's a big play.
Not quite over.
All right, we'll step aside for a 30-second break. Bulldogs lead 30-14. Back in 30 seconds.
Welcome to Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi. Excellence in eye care.
From thorough examinations utilizing advanced equipment and technology to premier optical products. Here at Taylor Eye Care, we treat every patient like family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Simply put, we are excellence in eye care.
If you're looking to brighten and enhance your vision, don't hesitate to contact us today. 382-4683.
.808 left to play here in the ball game as the Bulldogs score on a Noah Pollard touchdown run. Makes it 30-14, but they didn't get the 2-point conversion, so it's still a 2-possession game, and Flora's got time with 8 minutes left to play, and with as quick as we know they can score. This game's not over yet.
They left the door open just a little bit.
Cade Allen, a short line drive kick, going to be caught at the 35-yard line, and running it up to the 40 is going to be number 88. That is Cameron Boyer for the Wolves, and so Flora will start this drive at the 40. So, Chris, I really think here in the second half, Carmi has done much better defensively.
Yeah.
Back-to-back drives, getting a sack on 4th down has helped put them in the spot.
I think changing their approach, being more aggressive with the blitzes, and then even when he has gotten on the perimeter, when Helm's gotten out there, the defenders, especially on that last series, Noah Pollard, when he defended on the sidelines, Pollard took his time and just waited it out. And they're just playing a lot smarter defense this second half.
Flora needs 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions in 8 minutes. Play action pass. Helm looks to throw. Comes to the near sideline. Patridge with the catch. And he's out of bounds at the Carmi 49-yard line. That'll be a first down.
That time we did not blitz. That time you could see all the linebackers drop back, kind of just playing that shell. They're willing to give up. They're willing to give those short sideline outs. The Bulldogs are saying we're not giving up the deep ball. We can't give up the home run. We'll give them stuff underneath, but they're preventing the big play right now is what they're doing.
So first down and 10 for the Wolves. 7:58 to go in the 4th quarter. The clock was stopped with Patridge getting out of bounds. Helm, low snap, back to pass, quick throw left side. Ball juggled, and then it's going to be incomplete. That was number 13, Jace Moore, who nearly tipped that one up into the arms of a Bulldog defender.
Yeah, attempting that quick screen there. Bulldogs did blitz. Stone McGee came through that time, just threw it a little low. even if he had caught it, there were about 3 defenders around there. So I'm just surprised they're not taking more downfield shots than these little quick outs. And I understand the sideline routes, but I would just think they'd be taking some shots downfield.
2nd down and 10, ball at the Carmi 49-yard line. Helm in the shotgun. He will take the snap.
Pressure.
Looks right, throws right, caught by Patridge. Blockers set up downfield, and
That's touchdown.
Patridge is down the sideline, and he is going to score a Flora touchdown. No flags. 49 yards, Garrett Patridge, and Flora is right back in it.
Well, they came right back to it. That time, Patridge has shown some good ability making moves when he catches those quick outs. We blitzed the house that time. They caught it. One move down the sideline.
This is the big play right here.
Yeah.
A 2-point conversion that could make it a 1-possession game. And with 7:43 left to play, this is arguably the play of the night to this point.
This just got very interesting.
That's exactly what Flora needed.
And you said it, Cole. This offense is capable of quick strike, and they just did.
Helm in the shotgun here on the 2-point play. Takes the snap, looks to his right. He's got all day. Rolls out to his left, turns his shoulders, throws in the end zone.
Oh.
Incomplete!
Yeah.
Off the receiver's hands, and this will stay a 2-possession game.
And that was a fortunate break. He threw it just behind the receiver because he was wide open coming across the back of the end zone. Helm rolling to his left has been dangerous all night.
7:43 left to play here in the ball game. Carmi leads by 10, 30-20. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL.
Hi, Bulldog fans. This is Kyle Hosick, your local country financial representative, serving all of White County with offices in Carmi and now Enfield. My business's core values focus on educating our current and future clients on current market trends while operating with the utmost integrity and providing a level of service excellence you won't find anywhere else. I want to wish all the athletes and coaches a safe and winning season. Come see me, Kyle Hosick, at one of our office locations and see why my team is different. Come experience more. Come experience excellence.
7:43 left to play in the ball game as Flora missed the 2-point play after their long touchdown catch and run. So Carmi still hang on to a 10-point lead at 30-20. And we'll see if Flora tries to onside it. Carmi's got their hands team out on the field.
Yeah, wisely, because I would expect that.
Yeah. And you're down by 2 scores at this point. You might, I would think Flora might. Yeah, they got Helm out there, who's probably a specialty kicker. Massey is their normal kicker. So we'll see if the hands team is ready to go. It's always a tough play when you've got a ball rolling at you and 10 large men running at you at the same time.
Trying to field it, knowing you're going to take a hit.
All right, so here we go.
That is onside formation coming to the left.
Helm with the kick. Carmi able to recover it, but Flora was offsides. So I think they'll have to re-kick it here.
Yeah. They'll back them up, and they have to re-kick.
Jazz Duckworth was the one that was able to field that. And they'll back it up 5 yards and try it again. Well, it might almost work in Flora's favor because now you get a second chance. And really 5 yards as far as Carmi getting the football really doesn't make a difference.
This is critical.
So a second onside kick attempt here by Helm. He kicks it. It's on the ground this time and right to Jazz Duckworth.
Beautiful job.
Looking like a shortstop.
Yep.
Able to fill that one, and now a chance for Carmi to run some clock.
Now this is when you got to move the chains.
Yep.
If you can keep possession for at least a couple minutes, you're going to force Flora to have to use some timeouts.
Yep.
And once you've done that, you've really taken a lot of energy about what they can do because, again, 2-score game. So, I mean, if Bulldogs hang on to this ball for at least 4 minutes or better, that's really going to put the squeeze on Flora as far as how much time they have left to come back.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball at the 45-yard line. Anderson under center. Gives it off to Cade Stockton. He tries to go outside, then puts his shoulder down back inside up to the 41. Nice 5-yard gain there on first down.
You just see how hard he runs. I mean, he was just, you saw him lower his pads, bring that fist forward. He was just wanting to hit somebody. And that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. 2nd and 6. You're moving the chains, but more importantly, that clock's ticking. Flora knows 3 timeouts. They're going to have to use one eventually. The longer the Bulldogs have this ball.
2nd down and 6, ball at the Flora 41-yard line. Carmi and their 4-minute offense trying to take as much time off the clock as they can. Anderson under center. Tosses it. Pollard looking for some running room. Cuts back left. Noah Pollard. It's a foot race again at the 20, at the 15. Pollard, can he get there? Dives! And he's out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Same thing he did last time. The same, almost same exact play. Made the same cut. Knocked out of bounds at the same spot. And once again, in pursuit was number 80, Gage Dugan.
Yep. Deja vu.
I think Pollard was looking at Dugan. You again. You could see him like, no. Can I not get rid of you? Can you not just let me have a long breakaway? So, but in a way, it kind of works out better for the Bulldogs because now you're going to snap the ball again and run a little more time off the clock.
And Carmi almost in the exact same spot they were in on that last drive.
Yeah.
You're up by 10.
Yeah.
And again, even if you score here, you need that 2-point conversion to really put the nail in the coffin because, man, if you're Flora, you're almost thinking, okay, let Carmi score here just so we can get the ball back with more time.
And that always goes into the minds. People say, well, let's not score too quick. Let's not do this. Here's the thing about football. You don't know what's going to happen play to play. You could say, okay, we're going to try not to score. Then you turn the ball over. And you're thinking, oh, why, you know. So as an offense, if you're running back and you see the end zone, you can't just, well, I'm just going to stop here.
Yeah.
You know, I think you got to do what you do. Now, if there was just like 30 seconds left and you were hanging on to a 1-point lead, it might be a little different, you know, or depending on the amount of time. We always think back to the Sesser game last year, but, you know, it's a little different situation. If the Bulldogs, like you said, Cole, if you score here and get the 2, you're up 18, then that's a 3-possession game.
All right, so Carmi's got it. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. that was a first bank first down. Anderson under center. Cade Stockton gets it. Stockton trying to fight to the end zone, and he is in for another Carmi White County touchdown.
Simple fullback dive. It's just like he was walking in some thick mud, stopped, got his legs going, just walked. He said, I'm just walking on shore.
That's $6 from Expressway Ford Mercury to the Carmi White County School District. Score your next great deal on a new ride at Expressway Ford Mercury in Mount Vernon. So here's the big play, a 2-point conversion that can make this a 3-possession game with 6:44 left to play. Under center, Anderson takes it, tosses it. Pollard looking for the end zone, and he is
short.
Not in. Flora stops Carmi on a 2-point conversion again, and it keeps it a 2-possession game with 6:44 to go.
Not over.
We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL.
Hi, I'm Denton Weiss, partner and GM with Jansen Auto Group, inviting you to come see us. From new and used and a full team of service techs, we've got a great selection and a team of local folks committed to taking care of you like family. So come kick a few tires with us at the dealership just west of town and find us online at gojansen.com. Here at Jansen, we're proud to be part of the community and anxious to put you behind the wheel of your new vehicle.
All right, 6:44 left to play here in the ball game. The Bulldogs missed the 2-point conversion, so it's still just a 2-possession game at 36-20. And Flora will get the football back as Kate Allen has this one teed up and ready to kick away. Line drive kick, fielded to the second level by the Wolves. This is number 6 on the return. That is Huddleston, Braxton Huddleston, who will run it out of bounds at around the 44-yard line. Well, man, I'll tell you what, Flora has had pretty good field position the last 3 drives.
Yeah.
They had a long touchdown run on the last drive. Before that, a couple turnover on downs.
Yeah. I mean, you're starting out in great field position. We've seen how quick this offense can score. So, I mean, if they can just, they're working the sideline. They believe in those quick outs, with Patridge. He gets the ball in space, makes a move. You just seen what he could do this last drive. So again, the dilemma becomes, do you bring pressure or do you keep guys back?
1st and 10 for Flora, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Carmi White County. We'll take one as well. We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL.
Find your home for orthopedic and sports medicine at Wabash General Hospital. The orthopedics and sports medicine team is ready to assist you with your specific needs, providing convenient, high-quality services in Albion, Carmi, Flora, Lawrenceville, and Mount Carmel. For more information, please call 618-263-6400. Wabash General Hospital. People you know, helping people you love.
All right, 6:39 left to play in the ball game as Carmi White County leads Flora 36-20. I do want to reiterate, for those fans watching at home, we apologize. The quality has not been fantastic tonight. Some internet issues here in the press box, but big thanks to Landon Elliott and the lovely Whitney Carter for battling those out as we go throughout the evening, and of course the great Scott Maring back at the WRUL studio. So 1st and 10 for Flora at the 41-yard line. Helm is in the shotgun, low snap, back to pass, throws over the middle, incomplete, out of the hands of Huddleston, who was diving at the 50.
Bulldogs look like they're going to play more of a shell look this series, so that's why you see Stockton back there deeper in coverage. But yeah, they've obviously established that Partridge is one of their go-tos. So I think keeping your defenders back a little farther on this drive is going to be smart. You don't want to give up the home run.
Helm in the shotgun here on 2nd and 10. He takes a snap, high snap over his head. He's able to pick it up, now rolls out to his left, and he's got nowhere to go. He's wrestled down back of the 34. Stone McGee in there for the sack.
Great
That'll
play.
That'll probably be a rush. That'll be a tackle for loss, won't it?
Yeah. Great play by McGee. Good to see him coming through. He's had a great night. His first year starting as a senior coming in, he's had a fantastic night. Been blitzing up the middle, wreaking some havoc. And if you're Flora, that took precious time off the clock, and now you're back even farther.
3rd down and long here for Flora. 3rd and about 20 with the football back at the 34. Helm back to pass. Aiken brings pressure up the middle. He's rolling out to his right. He's got nowhere to go. Lofts it down the field, and it's incomplete.
Well, he was looking for, you could tell it, he was looking for his go-to, Patridge down here. Cade Allen had him covered like a glove.
Carmi has done much better defending the football down the field as far as the passing game here in the second half.
Yeah, they've made some fantastic adjustments, brought pressure when need be, kept the defenders back at this time. Again, I think that's wise because you avoid those one-on-one situations, having extra defensive backs push back a little bit. But again, keep your eye on Patridge down here.
3rd and 10, or 3rd and 20. Back at the 34-yard line. Helm to throw, or is it 4th down? This is 4th down. Okay, 4th and a country mile. Helm throws it too high, incomplete. Turnover on downs, and Carmi White County will take over with 5:37 to go. Looking like they're en route for a Week 1 victory.
That might finally be the sigh of relief. But that ball was inches from being caught. That
it
was
would have been
number
well
13.
short.
Yeah.
Yep.
If he could have made a move. I was thinking he was pretty close to the marker. I may have looked at it wrong. I'm old. My eyes are getting bad. So anyway.
Mine aren't great either, Chris.
Yeah.
Either way, incomplete.
It's done.
Yep.
It's incomplete. I digress. So that should finally give us a sigh of relief and put this thing away.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Flora 34-yard line. And Carmi turns on chew clock mode here for the final minutes. Anderson gives it off to Stockton, up the middle. Cade Stockton puts his shoulder down and will take it all the way to the 25-yard line. Tell you what, very impressed with what Cade Stockton has done running the football tonight. Thought he'd kind of be more in that blocking role, but he's taking advantage every time he's gotten the football.
It kind of reminds me, he's been a defensive player most of his career. His first year playing in the backfield is kind of similar to, the surprise Caleb Siebers was last season. Stockton has just shown, you're right. A lot of times in most offenses, a fullback is a glorified guard. but he seized advantage of every opportunity he's had when he's had it to carry the ball and done a great job.
Under 5 minutes left to play here in the ball game. Bulldogs lead 36-20. Anderson under center. Tosses it near side to Wiggins. Bobbles it, but able to maintain it. Now running to the outside, and he will get all the way up to the 20, but a penalty flag flies in on the backside of that play. This will probably be a hold against Carmi.
There's no question. Wiggins was playing that hot potato game again with that football twice tonight. Ooh. Well, again, he's seeing his first major time in the backfield this year too. Those pitches, it's
not easy.
It's not, because you're trying to look for the ball and look up. You're just trying to get your bearings. It's not like when they're handing the ball right to your stomach. Take some concentration. But still, with that clock running, I think the Bulldogs are going to come out with a week 1 victory, like you said, Cole. Just take care of the ball here for the next couple minutes at least.
So the penalty pushes the football back to the 31, so it's 2nd down and 7. Carmi in the double wing. They toss it off to Pollard, looking for some running room. Cuts to the middle and gets up to about the 28. He'll get about 3. Bring up 4th down and call it 4. 3rd down and 4.
Flora still hasn't used any of their timeouts. Kind of surprises me. I thought they would just go ahead and try to.
Because you got to think you need 2 stops here. So
yeah,
I think their mindset's probably get a stop here and hope we can get a quick score. And then.
Yeah. Thought they might use maybe 1, but yeah, you're right. They have to hope to just get them off the field.
Carmi's got 2 downs to get 5 yards, and that will be a big first down.
Yeah. They're keeping the play clock down on the field, obviously, but I know Coach Simon's trying to time it and tell him when to snap the ball.
Anderson under center on 3rd down. Takes the snap, gives it off. This is Jazz Duckworth. Spins off 1 defender, but can't get away from the 2nd and 3rd. Brought down at the 30. He'll lose a couple, and now you got a big play on 4th down.
Yeah. Now if you're the Wolves, if you get a stop, you keep your 3 timeouts. Have to hope to get a touchdown and a play or 2 and then an onside.
This is the big play with 3 minutes left to go. 2-possession Bulldog lead. 4th and 6 at the 30-yard line. Bulldogs back in the double wing. Anderson looks to the sideline, waiting for that play clock to get down to probably 5 seconds. He waits. Gets the signal. Under center. Here on 4th down, they toss it. Pollard looking, cuts left side. Noah Pollard to the outside, and he puts a shoulder down and takes it all the way to the Flora 11-yard line. And that might be your nail in the coffin.
I think hopefully, surely. Finally.
Curious to see what Noah Pollard's numbers are on the night. But how about on that play alone, that inside toss that he's able to bounce outside?
That's been his bread and butter all night. And the Bulldogs, if the Wolves aren't going to use any timeouts, they're probably just going to kneel this thing out.
Yeah, Flora was saving those timeouts if they could get a 4th down stop, but with that first bank first down, this one's pretty much on ice.
Yep, that sealed the deal. And again, a fantastic night for the Bulldogs. What a second half of football.
Anderson waiting for the signal for the play clock to get under 5. And the official in the end zone gives him that signal. Anderson takes the snap, and he will take a knee. Carmi will have to do that 2 more times, but Flora says not so fast. They're going to call a timeout.
Interesting.
Why not?
Interesting.
Well, yeah, as long as it's a 2-possession game, you never know what can happen.
They got to play till the end.
There.
They're playing to the end. Your thought process is like, well, it's over, but at the other side they're saying, no, we're going to fight till the end. So you're right. That's the other side of the coin there.
So we'll keep it right here with 1:38 left to play in the ball game. And next week, the Bulldogs will be on the road. They'll be at Hamilton County, and haven't had a score update from them. I know they were down by 8-0 at halftime against Chester Villiers. Don't have a score update from that one, but Hamilton County, one of those teams, going to be much improved as well.
And we'll be on their field, so they're always a challenge.
Just really impressed with how Carmi has played here in the second half, putting up 28 points. A lot of adjustments made to stop this Flora offense, and they were able to execute those to a T.
Yeah, when they came out and Flora just had that impressive drive to start the third quarter, you thought, okay, took a lot of momentum away from the Bulldogs, but like they've done in years past, there was no panic, stuck to their game plan, but most importantly, the defense got them the stops when they needed it.
So now Kurt Simon's going to call a timeout, so it's kind of interesting here. They might put they're going to put the JV offense in. Okay. Well, I was kind of thinking, okay, if you kneel it 3 times, they're going to stop the clock. And so, do you want to run a play? Do you want to take your varsity out? What do you want to do? So they're going to get their JV offense set and ready to go.
I think at this point they're saying, let's get our guys out healthy. We got some guys cramping. They're all tired. Just get them out. And just let them prepare for next week. Hard-earned victory tonight. This was a heck of a football game.
Absolutely.
Great football game.
That's what we expected. We knew this was going to be a high-scoring battle.
Yeah, these teams are pretty evenly matched. Like I said, Flora had some golden opportunities that they just missed. But you can't credit the Bulldogs enough for just, it looked like after that drive, as I've said in the third quarter, to start the third quarter that Flora had, that the Bulldogs weren't going to have much of an answer defensively. And that took the ball down, scored, reclaimed the lead, then Flora's moving again, and then to stop them, those big fourth down stop, I think that's what changed the momentum in this game. The first team to the rise to the occasion on defense was going to change the momentum. And
so the Bulldogs put in the JV offense. JV squad will start their season on Monday. They're going to play the Labor Day special, 11 o'clock kickoff up in Flora. Gavin Hamblin is the quarterback, and he gives it off to Branson Burnett up the middle. And Burnett brought down. Flora will not use a timeout. And one more snap should pretty much put this one away.
A lot of freshmen in that group.
Yep.
Burnett, a freshman. It's a neat experience to get into a varsity game as a freshman, no matter what. Like I said, there were 2 freshmen on the field most of the night tonight.
Yep.
Both played well.
So down to 1 minute left to play. I think Carmi can snap this. Might have to snap one more. Not sure if they can get this under the 40-second mark. Hamblin under center here on 2nd and long. They give it off to Burnett again up the middle, and he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have one more snap, and this one will be put away. Well, Carmi White County is going to start the year off 1-0, a hard-fought win here against Flora. And again, just really impressed with the second half and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it really looked like, again, if you're the glass half-empty person, when Flora got to clicking on offense there, it really looked like, oh boy, the Bulldogs should be, could be in trouble. Yeah, but they responded.
They're not going to make Carmi run another play, and Kurt Simon in his 28th and final year is going to start week 1 with win number 160 in his career. And the Bulldogs defeat Flora by a final of 36-20 to start 2024 off 1-0. Heck of a win tonight for the Bulldogs.
Great night. You always want to, especially when you're at home, you love to start opening night with a win on your home field. But it was just, again, impressive the way the Bulldogs played this second half. You can't say enough how they responded, got the big play on defense, because, like I said, this Flora offense is dangerous. This Helm's a good player. They're going to win some games in this conference too. But, with the limited numbers we have, new offense, new defensive scheme, I think they did an outstanding job. This is a fantastic win. Great way to start the season for Carmi.
In final score, Bulldogs win at 36-20. They'll be on the road next Friday at Hamilton County. And then I believe they'll have their bye week after that with Vian and Goreville forfeiting their season once again. All right, we'll step aside for a 3-minute break. We'll come back with the Roark Transport postgame show as the Bulldogs move to 1-0 with a big win tonight here over Flora, 36-20. Back in 3 minutes on 97.3 WRUL.
Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. From cabinets and flooring, doors and paint, lumber and hardware, to shingles and siding. Knowledgeable and friendly staff that have your back on all those home projects and even deliver to your door. So before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber for the woods, the goods, and the know-how. Visit Carmi Lumber, North 3rd Street in Carmi and carmilumber.net.
It's coming.
Were you corn to be wild? Since 1923, the Carmi Kiwanis Club has been making a difference in this community. And Corn Day will celebrate its 95th year of existence this October 11th and 12th with fun, food, and more. Stay tuned for full details. From State Fair quality carnival rides to cornhole, the chili cook-off, and parades for kids, pets, everyone else, and extraordinary headline entertainment. The Carmi Kiwanis Club. We build.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years. Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home, grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
Roark Transport in Carmi. Driving the distance, delivering the difference. Commercial or residential. Anhydrous, propane and fuel. Rock, dirt, and lime. Parking lots and driveways. And farmers can depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. Remember, Roark Transport for your next job or your next haul. Fast and dependable. Your best move in transportation. Call Roark Transport at 618-265-3665. That's 265-3665.
Hey Bulldog fans, it's Amanda Nelson with First Bank, a proud sponsor of Bulldog Sports and Carmi White County. Have you picked up your First Bank Bulldogs debit card? Get yours now, and every time you use it, First Bank will make a donation to Carmi White County Schools. Since 1893, First Bank has been committed to making great things happen for Carmi businesses, farmers, and families. Let's go Bulldogs.
Where great things happen, First Bank is there.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Defeat Flora 36-20 to start off the 2024 season with a win. Cole Carter and Chris Myers with you. The postgame show is delivered courtesy of Roark Transport, hauling fuel, rock, grain, and more to help our community grow. Call 618-265-3665 for details. Chris, that was a heck of a second half by the Bulldogs to beat a pretty good Flora squad.
Oh, it's fantastic second half. Like I said, you know, the slim margin at halftime, you felt Flora had some momentum offensively, and sure enough, they come out to start the third quarter with a fantastic drive, get in the end zone, and you just said to yourself, okay, how does this young team respond? And they responded fantastically. Came out and had a fantastic drive of their own, got the ball in the end zone, but as we talked about early at halftime, we said which team is, you know, it felt like both offenses were starting to click in their own ways. Which defense was going to step up first? And it turns out the Bulldogs did it. 3rd and 2, Wolves jump, knocks it back to 3rd and 8. Then they get the big sack on 4th down. To me, that's when the game changed. Once they got that big stop defensively, then our offense took over, just dominated the game, and Carmi never looked back in the second half.
Well, we knew we were going to see a lot of Noah Pollard coming back after a nearly 1,000-yard season last year, and he picked up where he left off.
Yes.
3 touchdowns. I bet he was close to 200, if not over 200 yards on the night.
Yeah.
And we're going to need to see that from him week in, week out. And this Bulldog team can be really dangerous.
Yes, they can, and he is, without question, we said at the beginning of the year, he's going to be the guy this year offensively, and he proved it why. You know, he proved why he is, and I still feel without question, you know, if he keeps playing the way he is, he's an all-conference player coming into the season. I think people felt that he was going to be Carmi's weapon, and he showed it tonight. You know, how he's bulked up. He's 185 pounds. He's strong, and, you know, he adjusted this offense very well. But, yeah, he's definitely an all-BDC player, in my opinion, even after week 1. But more importantly, some other guys in new roles stepped up. I thought Cade Stockton was outstanding offensively and defensively. Some new guys playing some roles, you know, Stone McGee on defense. But, you know, again, The skill positions for this team, especially in the backfield, are very solid. The question mark we had was how are we going to be up front with 3 new starters, 2 new tight ends, 1 a sophomore, 1 a freshman. Well, they proved it tonight that they're very solid, and they're only going to get better week after week as they gel together.
And defensively, what Carmi was able to do in the second half, and we thought in the first half they were a little conservative as far as not giving too much pressure to Helm. When you have that 3-3, only 3 down linemen, you're not getting too fancy with it. But in the second half, they drew up some blitzes, had some linebackers coming in, really put some pressure on Helm, which led to those 2 big 4th down sacks.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the key. They got way more aggressive with the defensive play calling. Helm, in that first quarter, new defense, new scheme. You're just trying to test out, okay, do we bend but don't break? And then we realized, well, if we just sit back in that soft zone, then he's going to tear us apart. So once we started bringing pressure, getting that off the edge, not with just 3 down linemen, but guys coming off the edge, that made all the difference in the world, and that really changed momentum for the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs 1-0 start. They're going to be at Hamilton County next Friday. And we'll try to get some scores from other games going on in the BDC and around the area. And we'll step aside for a 2-minute break as we give Coach Simon time to make his way up here to the press box. Get final score. Bulldogs defeat Flora 36-20 here in week 1.
Around every corner, there's a Napa here to keep you moving. Backed by a nationwide network of nearly 6,000 auto parts stores and over 17,000 auto care centers nationwide. Napa has the products, people, and knowledge you need to find the automotive solutions you've been searching for. At Napa, our mission is measured in miles. So get ahead on your next car care project and stop by your local Napa Auto Parts store or visit NapaOnline.com today.
Need gravel for a driveway or other project? Sand, concrete construction, asphalt paving, dump truck service, seal coating. Count on your friend in the business for more than 5 decades. O'Daniel Trucking. Free estimates anywhere in the tri-state. Call 382-5371 today. That's 618-382-5371 for O'Daniel Trucking. And remember, if you can't grow grass on it, asphalt it.
Hi, this is Jax Jordan. At Jordan Funeral Group, we believe in supporting our community. That's why we're proud to support the Carmi County Bulldog football team. Remember, both on and off the field, we're here for you every step of the way because community matters to us. Call the Jordan Funeral Group at 382-5222 to learn more about Campbell Funeral Home and Cinnaback Funeral Home. The Jordan Funeral Group, proud supporters of the Carmi County Bulldogs.
Fuel up the game with DiMaggio's Pizza in Carmi. Since 1975, DiMaggio's has been serving up delicious pizza and authentic Italian dishes that has satisfied the tri-state area taste buds. Whether it's delivery, carry-out, or dine-in experience you're looking for, DiMaggio's has you covered. DiMaggio's Pizza, the Carmi hometown favorite. Call 382-8912. That's 382-8912. Go Dogs!
Great teamwork is no accident.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop salute the area athletes.
Just as in sports, the team at Hale Body Shop work together to make sure you get your car back as quickly as possible.
When it comes to collision repair, more and more people choose the team way out there on Possum Road.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi.
David and the gang are proud supporters of area athletes. Your partner in auto repair. That's Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. You get service, expertise, and a promise you'll drive away satisfied. Complete engine and body repair, 24-hour-a-day wrecker and towing service, tires from sales and service, and repair including muffler service, brakes, shocks, suspension, and more. When quality counts, count on Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. Your partner in auto repair. Call 382-7165 today.
Got the air conditioning out here?
Final score, Bulldogs defeat Flora 36-20 to start the season off 1-0. Postgame show is brought to you by Roark Transport, hauling fuel, rock, grain, and more to help our community grow. Call 618-265-3665 for more. Being joined by head coach Kurt Simon. And Coach, what a second half from your squad, beating a pretty tough Flora team tonight.
Yeah, I was very, very pleased. And when we knew this was going to be the kind of game it was, they had good skilled kids. Quarterback was, capable of putting the ball on his receivers. Knew it was going to be really hot. We got a lot of inexperience. It's just a matter of don't turn the football over and outwork them. And I believe we got good enough backs where we're going to get yards, and it just played out the way we had, planned on it. So my hats are off to our kids. Our kids were really, went down at halftime, and they were tired. I said, oh, guess what, guys? They're just as tired as we are. So now the second half will really show your character. See what we got. What you work for. So.
And Coach, the thing for me on your offense, you returned a lot of experience. I'll just say you got an all-conference player, Noah Pollard, without question, in the backfield. But you had Cade Stockton, Cade Allen, Kel Wiggins. You got some seniors there at some speed. You got good skill positions here. They can't sleep on our skill position. But the thing was tonight, my question, you have 3 offensive linemen. You're centering both guards, first time playing varsity football. You got 1 senior in Bryant with the bulk of the experience. Dakota Southard played a few games just because he had to, injury. You got a sophomore and a freshman at tight end. Yeah. And to me, their performance up front was what was so impressive. Talk about your line.
Yeah,
tonight.
Absolutely. And because of that inexperience and really a lot of inexperience up front, that's why we more foot to foot than we do our traditional wing or whatever, because we don't want a big splits. We got to take advantage of some double teams with these guys, and it's a matter of getting better every week now. But those guys for the first game, when you talk about your end, our tight ends in this time of an offense is a big deal. You know what I mean? Because we do so much blocking down, and you got to climb to the next level and all that kind of stuff. And when you got a freshman and a sophomore that have never played varsity football, they had a whale of a game tonight.
Yeah.
And so we just, I just told them, we just okay, there's one. That's a real football game. Yeah. Real hot, real tired. Got to suck it up and go, and they did a great job. But so we just want to get better every week. Yeah.
You mentioned your offensive line and Noah, but I thought the guys were able to mix back there in the backfield. Cade, Jazz, and Wiggy as well. All those guys did a good job hanging on to the football
they did.
And running hard tonight.
No question about it. And in a game like this, again, with them having capability of big play capability offense, you better not give them an extra possession. So hang on to the football. Right. Don't give them that extra thing. And those guys, which are mostly seniors, did a great job tonight hanging on to the ball, protecting it. I don't think there was anything real close.
No fumbles.
And early in the game, we did what we figured we were going to have to do. You're going to have to take some chances and go on 4th and 2 every now and then to keep the ball away from the other team's offense. And that's our philosophy this year, and you're going to see it again. Because we just feel like that is one of our better defenses, is just using those seniors, that leadership, and running the football and trying to burn a bunch of clock.
And it was the old crossbuck. How many we converted? Were we 4 for 5 on 4th down?
I believe so.
And it was, the first one was back to the old T, 24 crossbuck. Most of them were just getting in the T and running basic football.
Yeah.
So I thought, obviously, that was a key for your team tonight. But talk about, at one point, we're talking up here in the booth, it looked like it was going to come down to a game where neither offense was going to, be stopped.
Yeah.
It was getting ready to look like, okay, they do it through the air, we're on the ground, but neither stopping neither.
Yeah.
How about that drive when we stopped? We got that big stop on 4th down.
Yeah.
They had it 3rd and 2, they jumped 3rd and 8, and then we get that sack on 4th down.
Yeah.
How huge was that for the momentum for your team?
Yeah. There's all kinds of times in the game that it's up, down, but and that was a big play. You didn't see anybody scoop and score tonight or a pick six or where it was at. Because, neither of us were really stopping the other one very well. How many punts did we see tonight? Did we see any?
Maybe one. I think they punted one time. Yeah, they punted once.
That's what I mean. So that's kind of how the game went. So at some point in time, someone's going to make a big play like that and get them 4th and long or whatever, and that was huge. That was huge. I thought, we had to play a little bit different style defense than what we normally do.
Yeah.
Because of their, being able to throw the football. And so, Coach Wolf put it in this week, and we've ran it before, but we haven't really been running it that much. And it does put our guys in a little different position But I really thought we got some pressure on the quarterback a little bit. We're stunting Stone up the middle, let him try to get some pressure on him. And I just thought overall the kids, they certainly played good enough to win. I'll give them credit. Their effort was very good.
I thought there was definitely some question marks given the week you guys had. It's a heat wave. You're going in at 6 a.m. One day gets rained out. Again, it's hot today. And I thought there was kind of some question marks of how you guys were going to be late in the ball game.
Yeah.
But there was definitely no question when that game was over.
And I'll give credit to the seniors for that. The seniors out there leading the charge. We talked about it all week, and every time we have a week like that, we talk about this stuff can't, just because it gets you out of your routine, it can't make you not play well. You got to take what life's thrown at you and move forward and do what you got. What you got to do. And I just thought our kids responded to all that really well. I mean, we had 2 practices at 6 a.m. down the street, which obviously, Cole, you were out there. One of them got lightninged out or whatever, but we had everybody there. And they were the first Tuesday we had a great practice. Wednesday we got rained out or whatever, and then it's 150 degrees out there yesterday. And I mean it was a difficult week, but it's a great week and it's a great teaching tool for all that inexperience that we're talking about. And you do have we have 26 freshmen, which 8 of them are dressed down here, but everyone else is watching. I mean, it's a good learning experience to just, hey, we're not up by much at halftime. These guys can throw the ball. They get the ball coming out at half. You got to go to work, and you got to outwork them in the second half. And I just think, like I said, I'll give credit to our seniors. They led the charge, and that's what we did.
When you guys go on the road next week at Hamilton County, I know you probably haven't seen much of them, but they're going to be a very improved and a physical team as well.
Absolutely. I mean, they played us very difficult last 8. I can't remember what the score was.
16-6, something like that.
Yeah. And I think they're confident, after that game last year, and they got some guys returning. Most years, a lot of times, us and McLeansboro is a good game, us and Hamco. And, we again just have to get better, hang on to the ball, do what we do. We would expect a very similar game next week, I think. Anytime you have an inexperience like we do, every game is probably going to be a nail biter, And that's why it's just critical that you can't go from this week to next week and not get any better, because we're going to be starting to see better teams, and people are going to get better because they're getting in game shape. So we expect a very good, tough Hamilton County team next week, and we'll prepare for it.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win, and we'll talk to you next week.
Congratulations, Coach.
That is Kurt Simon as the Bulldogs defeat Flora tonight to start off the 2024 season, 36-20. Chris, any last words on really a great night for the Bulldogs?
It's very impressive. I was, again, I guess I could use the words pleasantly surprised again. And again, not for the fact that I doubted the character and the heart of these boys, but again, just the fact that
unique circumstances.
So many new faces up front. Youngsters, freshmen and sophomore tight ends, but playing a brand new offense, put in a 3-3-5 defense just a couple days before the game, and it's like, and you even got a freshman in the defensive backfield. It's like, okay, boys, go get them. And it's like, okay, are they going to be overwhelmed? Low numbers, how are they going to do? And they were just fantastic tonight. Like I say, other than which every team has. Week 1, you're going to have some hiccups here and there. But the character they showed in that third quarter, again, with a lot of youth, come back after, I've said it like a broken record, when Flora moved the ball like that, you just had a feeling, okay, offenses are going to take over. But a young team a lot of times can panic and say, okay, what are we going to do? This team didn't. They just came right back, did what they do, but they rose to the occasion when they had to. You had said it's going to come down to which team can finally get a stop. And when the Bulldogs got that stop there on 4th down, late in the third quarter, that's what changed the game. So I was very impressed with this team tonight, and I just believe they're going to carry this going into next week to play at a tough team and a tough atmosphere. So week to week it's going to be a fight, but I was very impressed with this team tonight.
And the Bulldogs do travel to Hamilton County next week. The Foxes did lose. Just got a text. Final score 22-6. They fall to Cesar tonight. So a competitive game, we know, and really, I think next week would be a good chance to kind of see where we stand as far as some of the teams in the conference, depending on how Flora does. Maybe to see is Cesar down, is Hamilton County just they come up short tonight. So interested to see where that goes. Me and Chris will be together tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for the Saturday Morning Sports Show, both on 97.3 WRUL and 93.3 WROY AM 1460. We got volleyball Thursday. We're at Hamilton County on Friday. I think that's all we got next week. So it's going to wrap things up for us here in the press box. Big thanks to Scott Maring back at the WRUL studio, and a big thanks to Landon Elliott and the lovely Whitney Carter. And thanks to all you guys at home watching and battling through the internet problems we had tonight. We appreciate it. And hopefully by the time we're back in here, that gets resolved. So for Chris Myers, I'm Cole Carter. Thanks for watching and listening to Bulldog Football on 97.3 WRUL.